Hello everybody, and warm welcome to my channel, Tarot by Izabela. I am very happy to see you here today, and I hope you're all doing great. Today's video will be a reading about the Ark of Covenant. And to do this reading, I'm going to use my Lapiz Lazuli crystal ball, some tarot cards, oracle cards, and dice. And I thought that Lapiz Lazuli was a good choice for this reading and this topic, Ark of the Covenant. And before we begin, I must also read some short facts about the Ark of Covenant, and I found it on through Brave's search engine, it's AI, and well, this is the short fact that came up. I'm going to read it to you quite soon. We just have to mention also that a lot of religious myths about this Ark of Covenant, and personally I don't believe in any created religion that is out there, so I will not put any religious emotions into this. And when I read this is according to the religious myths. And since I don't belong to any religion, and for me religion is a way to control people through fear or promises of this and that. And the core of all so-called religious teachings is to treat others as you want to be treated, show love and do no harm, and that is quite enough without all the extras that all these created religions are made of. And the religious aspect, I'm gonna leave it apart. For me, it's everything about vibration and frequency and some other kind of things, more going into pagan or shaman areas. But I don't belong to any organized or created religion. Well, that was just a parenthesis for this reading. Well, let's start to read the short facts, and soon we'll begin. Okay? Let's see what it says here. Ark of the Covenant is a significant religious artifact in Judaism and Christianity, believed to have housed the 2 tablets of the law given to Moses by God. It is described as an ornate, gold-plated wooden chest that was seen only by the high priest of the Israelites on Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. According to the Bible, the ark contained the tablets of the law, a jar of manna, and Aaron's rod that budded. It was built according to the pattern given to Moses and was a symbol of the presence of God amongst the Israelites. The final fate of the ark is unclear. Jewish Jewish tradition states that it disappeared during the Babylonian sack of Jerusalem in 586 BC, and there are no reliable records of its whereabouts after this date. Recent reports suggest that the Ark of the Covenant may have been found based on declassified CIA documents from the 1980s. According to these documents, a remote viewer known as Remote Viewer 32 described the Ark's location as being in a dark guarded chamber somewhere in the Middle East, possibly in Ethiopia. The CIA conducted experiments with individuals who claimed they could perceive information about distant objects, events, or people through a process called remote viewing. During one of these sessions on December the 5th, 1988, the remote viewer, number 32, was tasked with identifying a target, and they ended up finding what they believed to be the Ark of the Covenant, even though it wasn't the intended target. The declassified documents described the Ark as a container made of wood, gold, and silver, decorated with a six-winged angel and located in the Middle East. However, no physical proof of the Ark's existence has been provided, and the authenticity of these claims remains a subject of debate. Some theories suggest that the Ark was taken to Ethiopia and now resides in a local church, while others believe it was hidden in a cave under Jerusalem. Despite these claims, archaeologists and historians remain skeptical, as there is no credible scientific evidence to support the existence of remote viewing, and no physical proof of the Ark has been found. In summary, while there are claims of the Ark of the Covenant has been found based on CIA documents, the lack of physical evidence and the controversial nature of remote viewing means that the existence and location of the Ark remains a mystery. At President Trump's residence at Mar-a-Lago, there is a copy of the Ark of the Covenant. Some say that it's not a copy, that it's the original one, and others say that it's just a very well done copy. Who knows? Maybe that's where the real Ark is. But we'll see what this session, this reading, have to say about that. And now I'm gonna start the reading. First, I need to concentrate for a few moments on the Lapiz Lazuli crystal, and soon we'll begin. Okay? Just give me a few moments. For the Ark of the Covenant. Yes, that's all. The strange thing is, I don't see one Ark of the Covenant. I see many. And I see many Arks placed on different locations around our planet. All of them resemble each other. And the only thing that differs are the beings on the top of it. Some have so-called angels with wings, others have sphinx-like features, others have something that looks like a snake or a dragon, but their purpose was almost the same. According to this crystal ball, the interior, or the ark in itself, was some kind of energy device that could, or a battery that generated extremely strong energy. That was maybe why no one was allowed to touch it, because if you touch it, you die. And if this is a chamber or an ark that contains extremely powerful energy, without certain precautions, it could kill you, just like if you touch electric wire that is above the trains, you will get electrocuted. But this was some kind of more sophisticated energy source. And regarding being sign of God's presence, of course, if this kind of invention or ark had such a power for people around 6,000 years ago or something like that, it could seem to be godlike, since it had some very, very so-called magical powers. And gold in itself is very good to conduct energy, electricity, and it's used today in millions of electrical components. The energy that it contains, it's quite neutral. It's not good or evil, it's just energy. And of course, possessing one of these arcs, you could have superior, so-called superior position above your fellow neighbors or people around you, showing it as a sign that we are the chosen ones. According to this crystal ball, this Lapis Lazuli ball, it seems like governments, they know about the other arcs, and all of them are equal powerful. And since the Christian or the biblical myth had to be kept alive as being something very special, one had to hide or diminish the other arcs, as they did not exist. There is another arc that is hidden deep below. Could be, I'm not sure if it's the Sphinx or the pyramids. There is an arc there similar to one that is described in the Bible. And the arc in Trump's residence at Mar-a-Lago, I don't see it as the real thing. It's a very well done copy. That had been designed from the original, as that be copied from the original. As I said, there are a couple of them, and it looks like the one they have in Ethiopia is also a real thing. I see it look a little bit different than the one described in the Bible, and could be that the measurements are also a little bit different, but it's also the real thing. And all the disturbance on in those countries, Ethiopia, Somalia, and things like that, have some connection to the search of that ark. There's so much more that we have not been told. Big secrets. Not all of them secrets are coming up, but many of them will definitely be exposed to the public. It shows me all the arcs that are placed on different positions around our planet. At a certain time, at a given signal, they all will be activated. And I see them glow, I see them sending out specific energy rays. And it will be like some kind of grid, energy grid, that will cover the planet. Nothing, not in a destructive way, but in some kind of beneficial and positive way. And when it happens, from the top of every pyramid around our planet, because there are many pyramids, many are much older than the one in Giza, that are covered with vegetation, trees and things like that. From north to south, from cold areas to warm areas. When those arcs are activated, there will also be a beam of energy or light that will shoot out from the inside the pyramids up into the sky, helping forming that energy grid of some kind. And I don't see it very far away in the future. It's like it's beginning to boil, it's beginning to move or happen quite soon. There are so many myths, so many religious stories that will be debunked quite soon. this energy grid that will be created will also serve as some kind of fuel source for spacecrafts, UFOs. Like they will refuel themselves while they connect to that energy grid. Yeah. So according to this Lapis Lazuli, there is more than one arc of the covenant, and they are really not arcs of any covenant. They are just arcs, energy arcs, and not direct sign of some agreement between a god and his or her people. Yeah. They also showing the oceans, like it will also happen something with the oceans when this happened. Things from below will come up to the surface, cities and structures and so on. Okay, well, that was what I could see in the crystal. Let's take some cards on the Ark of Covenant. And some Oracle cards. Oh, two wanted to come. Let's take them. And some dice. This was empty. Well, the cards, they look like this. Well, let's see what we got here. In the tarot cards, we have Knight of Swords, Four of Cups, Ten of Cups. Then we have Ace of Wands and King of Cups. On the Oracle cards we have Desert Passage, Trust there is a divine plan, First Light, Beginning a new cycle, a Judge, Find a blessing in your current situation, a Letter, and Self-awareness. On the dice we have Glorious, Grass, Lion, and a car. According to the cards, it looks like we must begin a new cycle. When the truth about the origin of the so-called created religions all around our planet will be exposed, then it will follow by a period of disappointment. But at the end, it will also create a union between the people. When the religions, the truth about religions will come up to the open, there will not be any divider. There will not be, we are better than you, but we are all one. As a family, we can live together in peace as a family, as friends. And we have the Judge here, so there must be some judgment through all this, or some verdict of some kind to the lies we have been fed with for so long. And that will make us self-aware. We will be aware of our roots. We will be aware of that we are, there are more things that unite us than break us apart. That we are all a big family. And about this Ark of Covenant, I have a car here, and it's, as I said, it looks like it's some kind of energy system or energy technology that was made to drive vehicles of different kinds, if it's spacecrafts or other kind of vehicles, an energy source. And having an energy source that is limitless will also help to unite us all over the planet. So there will be no heavy gas bills or lack of fuel for anyone. And the exposure of the true meaning, the Ark, so-called Ark of Covenant, will be the foundation of the beginning of a new cycle. There will be new light that will shine over many so-called religious artifacts that are maybe not religious, but they are just some kind of artifacts left from a past where the planet and the civilizations on the planet look totally different. Yeah, and it looks like the military is holding on to those secrets at the moment, but they will have to come out with them. Still, there will be a lot of people that will have extremely big difficulties to let go of that programming they have been submitted to during their whole life, through different kind of religious stories. Doesn't mean that there is nothing that is higher than ourselves or more powerful, or that there is no divine plan of creation. But it doesn't mean it has to be closed in to a specific god of a specific religion or some chosen people of whatever reason, if you believe in that story. So yeah, big revelations are about to come out according to I will say, through my reading, the arcs of covenant. And in the future it looks like they are not arcs of covenant, but they are arcs of great energy source that were meant to be for the benefit of the people. Well, that was my reading about the Ark of Covenant. And if you have liked what you have seen and heard, well, please don't forget to press like button, share button, and subscription button. And to all of you wonderful viewers out there, I want to thank you so much for watching, and hopefully we're gonna see each other soon again. Bye bye.